The current progress of technology is insane. What we conceived as only possible in games or Hollywood films is now fully utilized in battle. Don't go anywhere, because here are the world's greatest military inventions and technologies. Be careful where you step, because it's the Baobab K mine laying system. 600 mines deployed in one go, with a 30-minute reload? It doesn't get any better. Or maybe it does, because everything is automated with only 2 crewmen needed to operate its computers. The next anti-vehicle system takes mines up a notch. Once this XM204 terrain shaper detects a vehicle, it shoots a munition upwards. As the name suggests, this would scan the area and disable targets from the sky. Its developer, Textron Systems, ensured that infantry can roll it out with ease. This weapon doesn't pop, it drops. This is a Lockheed Martin innovation that fires radio wave interference instead of bullets to jam drones. Equipped with adaptive optics and beam directors, the laser is pointed to its target with surgical precision. What's the opposite of the best defense is a good offense? Well, it's the Legion Multifunctional Complex. A shield on steroids, this 12-chamber shooting device has an installed magazine and pointer. Ammunition has 3 types: stun, irritating, or flashbang, which can be switched depending on the need. In movies, Godzilla pops out from the obscurity of clouds. In the military, Rosie does the same. It creates dynamic smoke screens, protecting moving vehicles in a 360-degree sight. The smoke can then jam visual and infrared spectrums. In other words, unlike Godzilla, optical devices and lasers won't find Rosie. Next up, we've got the portable obstacle and minefield breacher to engage the Baobab K. Its main concept involves a rocket-projected detonating cord lined with grenades. Each grenade contains 100 grams of plastic explosives that clear the mines. After detonation, a pathway ranging up to 75 meters is established. Walking through that must feel better than the red carpet at the Oscars. Officer Alex Murphy isn't the only RoboCop in town anymore. Uniformed personnel can now wear the Exo-M exoskeleton. It's got 3 main selling points. The most obvious is full body protection. Second is ergonomics, since the armor maintains 99% of our body's natural range of motion. Lastly, it's got a revolutionary load-bearing solution that distributes the weight soldiers carry to the ground. Warzone has taught us the importance of night vision goggles, but that old tech had the problem of the classic green glare. The US Army thus introduced an alternative that uses augmented reality and connects wirelessly to weapon optics. Dubbed the ENVG, this view system can even penetrate obscurants like smoke grenades, providing soldiers with a truly terrifying predator vision. Small, cheap, and effective. Drones are quickly becoming a threat on the battlefield. This is where the RF Hunter Manpack comes in. It continuously monitors the electromagnetic spectrum and radio signals in the field. By finding the direction of these emissions, the operator's location can be quickly identified, providing a critical advantage in counter-drone missions. Now introducing the Scope Switch. This new mount allows your offhand to stay on the handguard while controlling the zoom with a slide. It's a simple solution that addresses taking your hand off the scope to readjust its power, which takes a second. And a second can make a big difference in sniper combat. Now, putting a boat's propeller in the front sounds pretty dumb. But wait, that's exactly how the Ghost eludes detection. Its propellers form underwater gas tunnels around its pontoons, creating smaller wakes. This concept gives the Ghost 900 times less hull friction than conventional boats, allowing minimal surface disturbance and faster speeds. And I guess we're all familiar with its iconic body shape. Alford Technologies devised this Modular Large Vehicle Disruptor, or MLVD. It's effective against improvised bomb vehicles because its modules project water to penetrate and expel contents without causing detonation. The MLVD is robot-operated and can drive by itself, so say goodbye to that suspicious white van in your neighborhood. Bullets are just as important as the gun, so let's take a look at this test of the Shard 120mm. This ammunition is a tungsten alloy optimized for Leopard 2 and M1 Abrams tanks. What it lacks in burst power, it makes up for piercing, ensuring a penetration increase of 15% thanks to its shape. All you gotta do is simply imagine an 18-kilogram needle flying towards you at 1,720 meters per second. When Red Alert 2 came out in 2000, the Rocketeer seemed entirely a fiction. 2 decades later, and here we are with Gravity Industries' tactical jet suits. It uses a 1,000 horsepower engine, combined with human balance for high aerial maneuverability. Each suit comes with stands and customizable straps. Now, it may not be as fancy as Tony Stark's Iron Man, but we're getting there. Next, we've got mini-submarines, because why not? The Torpedo Seal is a free-floating tech by James Fisher & Sons. With a 4.2-meter hydrodynamic tube, 2 divers can sneak into enemy territory within a range of 10 nautical miles. It can operate in both semi- and fully submerged modes at 4 knots. The mini-sub also has sea cross navigation that processes data from its GPS, depth meter, and sonar. This Decepticon-looking robotic complex breacher resembles an M1 Abrams because its chassis is exactly that. However, its purpose is very different. Made for clearing mines and breaching obstacles, it moves the crew's cockpit to the back, keeping them safe in one of the most dangerous jobs in the military. Bridges are often a major choke point in war. Destroy them, and numerous complications arise. Hence, the French devised an ingenious concept by modifying boats to become motorized floating bridges. They're programmed to be connectable modules, with ramps integrated into the end units. Constructing a 100-meter bridge takes about 30 minutes. Each module is 6.75 meters long and can carry 120 tons of load. This is efficiency at its peak. The Pulsar electromagnetic warfare system looks like something you click for video game checkpoints, but it's more than that. It's an AI-enabled innovation with a 2-pronged strategy: detect small to medium drones and provide accurate geolocations for friendlies. When a threat is tagged, its AI transmits data to other systems, compressing the time for counter-operations. You may have heard of G in small drones, but have you heard of Spear? The Viper is their flagship unit that arguably defines drone technology. Using AI algorithms to compute situational variables in real time, the Viper is unparalleled in hovering proficiency and agile flights. In terms of neutralizing the enemy, it returns to the basics: to drop bombs, or in desperate scenarios, be the bomb itself. Speaking about drones, nobody would want something like the Viper hovering around. Thus, the Nerid RF was created. Instead of firing bullets, it fires strong noise signals across 8 frequency bands to jam the communication between the drone and its remote. It can also do the same with satellites for the more advanced units. It's light, compact, and can bring down Class 1 drones from anywhere. Sandbags are often overlooked, so the HESCO barrier might be a new concept to you. It's a collapsible wire mesh and heavy-duty fabric that allows soldiers to fill it with sand swiftly. As the Iraq War has attested, it's useful in protecting expensive military assets sitting on the ground. Say goodbye to those nasty small arms bullets and shrapnel. No, it's not Jarvis from Iron Man, it's the Striker 2 helmet. This sophisticated tech again taps into AR, allowing pilots to concentrate on more important info using features like 3D noise reduction and integrated night vision. The Striker 2 also has a full color solution, so the system can color code the environment, such as red for enemies and blue for allies. Next up is the Swiss Army knife of military vehicles. Meet the FNSS MAV, a next-gen amphibious vehicle with higher ballistic and mine protection than its predecessors. Just take a look at how cool it is with its remote-controlled turret, various defensive capabilities, and 360-degree all-around vision. Leaving your gun behind and turning it into a sentry? That seems like something Heimerdinger from League of Legends would do. This smart tripod is tried and tested. It's easy to operate with a remote and adjusts itself from recoil when firing. Soon, wars will be fought without humans, and it starts with the MUT, or the Multi-Utility Tactical Transport. This model sports an M2 heavy machine gun. It can be operated up to 1,200 meters away while having cover from enemy fire. Undoubtedly the closest we are to robot soldiers in sci-fi films. This drone is a lifesaver, and I mean it literally. Malloy Aeronautics took the regular drone and made everything about it larger. 200 kilo payload? No sweat. Mass market parts availability? Check and check. If you think about it, this might be the future of ambulances. And here we have the Starstreak missile. This thing travels at Mach 3 speeds, so enemies are already eliminated by the time their eyes blink. In comparison to a Stinger missile, it is 100 miles per hour faster, shoots multiple darts as a failsafe, and is laser guided so it's unaffected by countermeasures like flares. Even though it's called the Roadrunner, this invention fights more than just a coyote. Anduril Industries introduced this as a VTOL autonomous air vehicle with twin turbojet engines and modular payload. It can be launched as an air defense for target interception. If they go unused, they pull an Elon Musk and return to any location for reuse. Rheinmetall Technologies introduced their newest air defense system, the Oerlikon Skyguard 3. It's less of the guns and more of the program that ties everything together. It operates 4 effectors, 2 twin cannons, a missile launcher, and a towed revolver gun. With advanced target detection and ballistic computation, both enemy missiles and houseflies aren't safe. Do you dislike enemy players who wait around and hit you at the opportune moment? Well, you're going to hate the Spy-X loitering munition. As its name implies, this rapid deploy bird roams on a preset flight path. When it detects movement, the operator can launch it up to 250 miles per hour into oblivion. The best part is, only 2 people are needed to control it. Imagine anti-air missiles, but for armored platforms. That's Trophy. This active protection system provides 360-degree real-time missile detection and even tracks missile flight paths, thus enabling retaliation against the source. Marvel has Captain America, but we define whoever wears this exoskeleton as the true super soldier. Named Uprise, this was made to lighten the load carriage of US soldiers. It was modeled after the human spine and is attached around the waist to promote movement. Bird's eye view, anyone? Now presenting Evolution Eagle, a covert fixed-wing payload platform. It might seem tacky, but this surveillance system's stealth footprint is amazing. In silent mode, its engines can be disabled, prolonging flight duration and making it acoustically undetectable. Plus, who would think a bird is the enemy's spy? If Merlin in Kingsman wore these shoes, he wouldn't have to sing "Take Me Home, Country Roads." The PPE-100 Anti-Mine Boot is a multi-layered composite that reduces blast and fragment effects on the feet and legs. With knee-length ballistic gaiters, it prevents flash burns and limits fragment penetration, reducing injuries significantly. The Iron Fist Light APS is a tank-mounted defense against all airborne threats. You'll be surprised at how straightforward its concept is. Through mixing optical sensor and radar readings, it calculates the exact path a projectile takes. Then, it counters it with a small warhead from a safe distance. Let loose the robot dogs of war. The US military uses this tech to minimize the risk of reconnaissance missions. Therefore, they're man's best friend in gaining key visual inputs about the battlefield. Currently, the US and China are in an innovation race exploring how to improve this tech, such as installing weapons or smoke grenades. Let's take the Sentry guns that we have seen so far and imbue AI into them. This gets you the Sentry by Onyx. Its advanced technology can autonomously scan, classify, and track any threat. As a step further, it can even identify the target's key points for elimination. And it's modular for a quick and easy setup. Ask Maverick, and even he hates ejecting. The seats shoot up so fast that they cause injuries to the pilots. And this is why Collins Aerospace formulated the Aces 5 to make bailing a thing of glory. Before the pilot catapults, seat inertia reels and passive head and neck guards protect his vital organs. Limb restraints then engage as the seat calculates the airspeed and altitude to determine the best pitch to launch. Another by Lockheed Martin that'll make you think you're in cyberpunk is the Sikorsky S-97 Raider. Just by seeing how it incorporates the latest advances in fly-by-wire, flight controls, and vehicle management, it all makes sense. It's twice as fast as regular helicopters. The fact that it can operate at 10,000 feet in 95-degree temperatures is just a bonus. Try to picture a gimbal installed in a tank. Pretty hard, huh? Let me make it easier for you with the Rheinmetall Lynx. This modular infantry fighting vehicle has superior stabilization technology that embodies ultimate precision. In this exercise, the Lynx's lance turret engaged small targets up to 3,000 meters with pinpoint accuracy, all while moving. This is what defines Turkish innovation. Forget all those minesweepers that we've shown. Aselsan's Yenner takes the cake. It's a literal ground scanner for explosives. When paired with an electronic jammer, that's where the magic lies. But that's not all, it also has numerous sensors in its arms for vehicle tracking and obstacle detection. You'd feel like the Terminator wearing this, unbothered even by explosions. NP Aerospace tested their 4030 Elite suits in 2021, and they passed with flying colors. The armor efficiently deflects blast particles from vital organs while offering support against pressure. It has powerful ventilation, with a flame ingestion cutoff feature for improved safety. Those wearing this can survive a 10-kilogram C4 blast. And now it's time to introduce the Spike Firefly by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. It's like the helicopter version of the Spy-X loitering munition, very compact, remote-operated, and low maintenance. Compared to the Spy-X, however, the Spike Firefly is more in tune to urban warfare, thanks to its vertical takeoff. Building grenades as if they were Lego pieces. Yeah, you heard that right. That's the concept pioneered by the Nordic Ammunition Company with their scalable grenades. One base unit is concussive. Attach another, and it can destroy anything within a room. With 3, it becomes anti-structure at 391 grams of explosives. France introduced the modular bridge, but that's mainly for armor units. Infantry, meanwhile, has the SPB, or Sectional Personnel Bridge. This contraption is a lightweight cargo that can be transported with choppers or forklifts. It can be assembled to bridge dry or wet gaps of up to 36 meters within 10 minutes. Now, we're all familiar with the ghillie suit. It's in every sniper game. But this model revolves around breathability and ease of use. Its components are lightweight but ultra-realistic, and include mosquito netting for the eyes. Oops, what's this? Your location has been compromised? Then tear off the ghillie suit like basketball pants with its snap-on buttons. Every Special Forces dream is to be able to drop anywhere without logistical difficulties. So these guys are absolutely living it up with their Helisling. It's a drop and inflatable system that makes it possible to deploy without parachutes. Everything needed for the boat is modular and can be stored in a compact space. True soldiers never leave a man behind. And thanks to Agilite Buddy Strap, it's made feasible hands-free. Buddy Strap removes the hassle of stretchers and recovery missions, which further endanger other soldiers. The carrier can equip a gun too, while carrying the injured. Although the requirement came from the military, this device is also being used by hikers. This is the Mein Kampf drone. Unlike most on this list, its market is actually towards civilians. Using military tech, These drones survey a preset path autonomously and map the location of mines. It then returns to the user, who attaches an arm before running the path again to detonate the mines. The goal of its creators is to eliminate the risk of the 110 million active landmines across the world. Superman's eyes aren't the only thing that can see enemies through walls. Camero's Xaver LR80 has an ultra-wideband sensor for detecting signals through concrete. It can do so from a distance of 100 meters. The reader indicates the number and exact distance of the object from its sensor in real time. This is the APT-70, which adopted a very nice trick from the V-22 Osprey's book. To resupply soldiers in any scenario, it takes off vertically, hence no runways are required. But voila! In midair, it switches into a plane for faster speeds. Its mission is to carry cargo anywhere efficiently and without adding risks to personnel. From Amazon's swarm of delivery drones, we arrive at the unmanned flock of helicopters that makes reconnaissance sweat-free. Using docking platforms and unit-to-unit links, these minicopters perform missions long-term. Whenever one runs low on power or is damaged, they simply switch. Each unit can hold well on its own, too, with the ability to carry heavy loads like sensors or bombs. When Rheinmetall Technologies was new, this 27mm MLG was at the forefront of their offerings. It was made to replace older local control gun mounts. The revolver cannon is belt-fed and has a high rate of fire. While people may think it's used to counter missiles, it's actually more effective against soft-skin targets, such as ships or helicopters. It can hit them precisely from up to 4 kilometers away. Riots are going to disperse at the sight of this. The MV3 Tetsudo is a robust vehicle that offers heightened protection with the press of a remote. Its motor and track system ensure high load capacity and can drag special cargo or even vehicles. Need a battering ram as well? Then get the Tetsudo. When the leatherback kaiju attacked with its EMP, all stopped dead in their tracks. Striker Leonidas is a less flashy version, but is equally as potent. It emits high-power microwaves in a uniform direction, protecting the airspace. Drones literally drop like flies. The instinct for Fortnite and PUBG players is to converge to that supply drop, but you don't want to be doing it here. This pop-up container system spells doom, since its lovely surprise is either a cannon or a Gatling gun remote-controlled by the enemy. It's deployed via FM radio signals and can carry up to 5,000 pounds of payload. This point-blank munition is simplicity exemplified. Launching the bomb can be done by hand. Release it, and it will hover or fly around a mapped path until its battery depletes. If it picks up a target, then set your eyes on a modern mini kamikaze. With thick armor on today's tanks, small mines can mostly immobilize but not eliminate them. The PKTM-1R takes advantage of armor's kryptonite, the top and the rear. Its seismic sensors launch a cartridge 30 meters up at an angle of 60 degrees. It then aims itself towards the tank's turret. The best part about the PKTM is that it only senses heavy-type vehicles, so it won't waste itself on lighter tanks. Last but not least is the future of warfare itself. The Type X robotic combat vehicle. It doesn't require a cockpit or a crew because troops operate it from a command post. This RCV has a low heat signature, adding improved stealth to its arsenal. Additionally, it can easily be retrofitted with different turrets. A true jack-of-all-trades in battle. Which innovation was your favorite? Drop your pick in the comments down below. And press that subscribe button. You can continue watching more videos on screen, or check out Binge Watch for their huge stock of hilarious clips.